Hi, I'm Yapped, and this is Yoked.
I'd like to see your mouth do something else, though.
This mouth does his dog shit.
This is Yapped, and that's Yoked. I'm Yapped. You're Yoked. You're Yapped. She's a Yap. I'm a Yoked.
You had two parents that loved you growing up.
I tricked her into marrying me.
I'm mic'd up, so anything stupid I say goes on the internet. I need attention or I'll die.
The codependent fuck.
For now. Until something glitches or the dog decides to jump the gate and ruin it all.
If one of the dogs jumps the gate, they're going to have to get an award for being athletic, because that would be the most athletic thing they've ever done.
If one of those dogs learns how to jump that gate, I have to get a new apartment for myself. Or for them. You know what? They can move out.
I would love that.
Yeah, so
we're in the stage of prep where we hate our dogs.
Yeah, I was going to say, so if you're very unfamiliar with bodybuilding and prep, there comes a point fairly quickly where you do not want your animals anymore, like at all. Don't want them around you, don't want them breathing, definitely don't want them barking, don't want their claws on the floor tippy-tapping around you, none of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the day is monkey hour, and then I'm done with them.
Monkey 4 minutes.
Monkey 4 minutes. I give the dogs the remaining fractions of my banana every day, and sometimes they spit it out at me, and sometimes it's a good day and they eat the whole damn thing. We never know what we're going to get.
No rhyme or reason behind it whatsoever.
It has to be a ripeness thing.
Has to be.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
But today we're going to talk about our elopement and why we decided to elope, how we did elope, probably had a few fun Greek stories. And then we're going to talk about how me and Connor probably would have hated each other if we met 3 minutes sooner. Where do we want to start with that?
I don't think the second part?
Yeah.
I mean, well, let's get through the elopement first.
I didn't know if that was better to start with.
No, let's go through the fun stuff first, and then we can talk about how we would have hated each other.
Okay, deal. So before me and Connor were even engaged, we knew we weren't having a wedding. I don't know. I was not one of those girls that grew up dreaming to be a bride, and
I've just never cared for them.
Yeah.
I've attended my cousins in the past.
Friends.
At that point in time, I hadn't had really any friends' weddings at that point in time yet.
Yeah.
It was mostly just older cousins whose weddings I had gone to, so it was very family forward.
This is going to be a hot take. I'm probably going to get backlash for, but I don't think weddings are fun.
No.
Everyone's then you haven't been to a good wedding. I'm like, I don't think that eating buffet style food and a dance floor is really that fun.
My thought process is this, you haven't been to a good wedding. Okay, cool. So I go to a wedding and the couple spends $100,000 to make it a great wedding.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun. I still leave there judging them for spending $100,000 on that wedding.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving there thinking to myself, oh, I'm so happy they spent 6 figures on their wedding. I had so much fun. It made my night
so good. My view on it, and we've talked about this in depth, is just okay, so it becomes a show for everyone and a production for everyone, and it becomes about everyone but the bride and groom. And we're literally there to celebrate a bride and groom, allegedly, but it's about what mom wants and cousin wants, and this person can't sit with that person, and they can't eat this thing, and the band has to.
Band or DJ, because that's a big fight in itself.
I don't care. Give me a band. That's more fun.
Wedding singer.
I want to rock out the wedding singer. Now that's a wedding I would have.
Yeah, that's a wedding you would have.
Give me a wedding singer.
Low budget film, low budget wedding. You'd be happy.
Listen, we make the joke that I'm not low maintenance, but there's some low maintenance things about me. But that being said, if I were going to have a wedding, it would have been food trucks would be the whole dinner. Everything's paid for. You go order at the food truck. You get whatever the fuck you want. It's hot, it's fresh, and it's what you want.
Yeah, I like that.
And a band, or the wedding singer if Adam Sandler wants to come back for me, baby. And honestly, I don't even care about the music and the dancing. I don't know. That's just not my thing. Mm-hmm. I wish it were. Give me some drugs, maybe.
Yeah,
it usually become my thing.
Usually it's not alcohol that does it. It's a little bit of something. But no, making it strictly about us was the focus. Yeah. And it's what made it so much more memorable. And
yeah, because the memories are 100% about us.
Yeah, so much more enjoyable to look back on because every single memory of it is positive and what we wanted.
Yeah.
And not affected or tainted or contributed to anybody else or anything else.
I think for me, like, as we know, come from a super stable household. So, like, I didn't have a dad to walk me down the aisle. I didn't have family I would even want to invite. I had no desire to be like, oh my God, I just want to spend this day with my bestest friends and have like a giant bridal party. Like, there was nothing about it that was attractive to me. The attractive part was marrying my person and like us having fun. Mm-hmm. And I worked in weddings for a couple years, and like, every night when the lights came on, bride and groom were like, that's it? I'm like, that's your 100K. That's your 100K. That's your 60K. That's your 80K. Like 90% of the time, their dinner's still sitting on their honeymoon or their sweetheart table. They haven't had a second to enjoy the appetizers. They so precariously picked. Like, they just, like, it's not.
They barely even try their wedding cake other than the first slice and faceful.
If that. And I'm just like, am I gonna do that just to like have an Instagram post? Like, I just didn't make sense to me. And so I feel like I was pretty vocal about that early on. And when Connor knew he was proposing, like, we had already made the decision that we were eloping. So we told nobody that we were even engaged, because the second the ring goes on the finger, people are like, what's the date? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. So we were engaged for what, like, over a year?
No, 6 months.
Like, no. Well, okay, before we were legally married.
Oh, wait, yeah.
But before Greece.
Yes.
Like, 11 months we got married. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so people didn't even know for 11 months that we were engaged.
Yeah.
Which is super funny because,
well, the only person who knew was my grandmother.
We told Connor's grandma. Do you want to tell them why?
I remember the original reason why.
Well, we just couldn't leave her out.
Yeah,
she was the one that, like, if anyone was going to be disappointed that there wasn't going to be a wedding, it was going to be her. So we had to let her in on her little secret. And honestly, Mima loves to gossip. So, like...
Oh, she loves a good rumor.
I'm just proud of her for holding out. She like literally was so good too. She like deleted the photos off her phone.
I sent her a Dropbox album to her computer. She downloaded it to her computer to look at it, and then she was like, "I deleted it off my computer so no one can find it." I'm like, Mima,
she could barely be trusted.
I'm like, Mima, who's going on your computer hunting for engagement photos of Summer and I?
Oh my God, she's funny though. But yeah, so Mima was in on it, and that was about it. We planned the whole thing. I did what all good, I guess millennials might not even do this, but I did. Searched TikTok for engagement, elopement, wedding photographers, found literally the best people ever. Took a Zoom call with them. We knew immediately it's who we wanted. I don't think we took another call after that. We had one other booked, but I think I canceled it.
Yeah, I don't think we did.
You know, at first I was like, they're not prepared. I'm like, and I wasn't being bridezilla. I just came from like a sales background where I like wanted everything. Like I knew my pitch going into every call, and they were just so artsy fartsy, like perfect for the job. And once I stepped back and realized like they're probably the best people for it because they're slow paced, they're European, they're not in a hurry, they're going to help us enjoy the day. And they're creatives. They're not meant to be like salespeople. Yeah. I was like, these are the best people for the job. So that's who we hired. And
Artonico.
Yeah, I never say it right, but
I think it's
Sam and Alex, Artonico. And I love them.
Sam and Alex
we still talk on Instagram, and I love them.
They just gave us a big shout out the other day and used our photos
they have
for their
one
promo.
Date left if they still have it. So if you're thinking about eloping,
they were fantastic. So I'll give you guys a little bit of an idea of what that looked like working with them and what we hired. So obviously they did all the photography and videography that we received.
Yeah.
But they helped us pick the island of Milos. They helped us figure out like a lot of the settings, a lot of the look we wanted to go with, and all of these little details.
Yeah.
They gave us ideas on how to spend the whole day, which was a huge piece of the puzzle that ended up being much more important than we originally thought was going to be.
Yeah.
So essentially we just followed all of their suggestions. So
we went with like the higher package for sure, because we had them do like the location scouting, help us with vendors, being that they're in Europe, like their time zones are a little bit more friendly and easier to communicate with those people and everything. So I think that was like worth every penny for sure. But like to bring it back to what Connor was just saying, we got on that call on Zoom and like we didn't have a location, a date, like anything.
Nothing.
I just knew like the thing I kept coming back to was like, I want dope ass pictures that when you look at them, you're like, holy shit, they eloped. I didn't want them to look traditional. I didn't want them to look like him putting the flower on my, like I wanted it to be like so cool and editorial and fun. And that's exactly what we got. And we have drone photos and sunrise and like it was a whole thing we'll talk about like the day of, but they truly like went into the call, helped us pick where we were going, what we were doing, how I wanted to style myself. They really pushed me to do stuff like less traditional because I was like, well, white dress or this. And like, I came back to doing it a little bit more traditional wedding dress because I still wanted it to be obvious it was wedding photos and not just like we went on a vacation, but they truly were like freaking awesome. They did like mood boards for us. They like helped us do the whole thing. And then the day of was just so smooth because like, they really took everything into their own hands.
It let us just take our hands off the wheel essentially and just have an enjoyable day for ourselves without having to stress or think or worry about a damn thing.
And I remember like getting off of the catamaran and being like, man, brides.
Well, let's tell more story before we get to that.
No, let me say something.
Go ahead.
I remember getting off the catamaran and having like the easiest, funnest day. Me and Connor took like an hour-long nap on the boat, like on the front of the boat while we drove back from where we were to the main island. And being like, man, brides stress so much and they hysterically cry and they get so worked up. And like, I didn't care about anything. And like, it was the best day ever. Not that like, I obviously cared about things, but like, everything went smoothly and perfectly and the day was exactly how it should have been. And there was not like a literal second of stress, like zero.
To give you a little bit of context on that, the second half of our day was spent on a private catamaran tour. We'll go into detail on that in a bit though.
But
no, even just the initial time frames of getting there. So we set up the travel to give us a 24-hour window of time to get our bearings after a 31-hour travel window.
Worth it.
From door to door. So we had a full day to just decompress and kind of rest up. That afternoon, we got lunch with our photographers and literally spent 3.5 hours just shooting the shit, talking, and to
best
the point
food ever.
To the point where we were like, "Oh my god, it's been 3 hours. We had no idea we were here for that long."
Yeah.
And that was a nice little taste of European life, where the food came out slow but not too slow. And
they will not drop a check.
No, they don't drop a check. They don't pressure you to get up and move whatsoever. You're enjoying your time there. Sit, eat, and talk and enjoy. But had a fantastic lunch with them to start. Got to know them a little bit. And then the next morning was our actual elopement day, which started for you at 4 in the morning?
Like 3.
3:30 in the morning?
So I had the option to bring in like a hair and makeup person, but we were on such a small island, it would have required flying them in from like Athens or like one of the main lands. So I ended up just doing it myself, which I was like a little stressed about, but it turned out great. It was chill. I got to like spend the morning just waking up, fighting for my life because there wasn't enough light to like see my face to do my makeup. But
I mean, you do your makeup in the dark most of the time anyway, so
I
that
look
works
best that way anyway.
just fine for you.
Yeah. So after that, we left the room, hiked up
at like 4:30 in the morning. We got to the spot at like 5. We had a quick 10-minute hike. So her and I were dressed in just regular clothes where we brought our outfits, did a little hike, got dressed in the dark on a cliff. And then had
I'll drop photos on the screen so you guys can see. But
then we had our sunrise photo shoot there on the cliffs of Milos.
And then right when like the sun was up, we did our vows. We did probably like at least an hour of just like miscellaneous photos running on the rocks with the drone.
Multiple spots and locations.
Multiple locations. Adopted a cat.
Yeah, there was multiple different areas on the cliffs and by the water there. That was great for photos.
Yeah. And then we left, got breakfast with them, chatted about the plans for the afternoon, went back to the room, changed. Took some pics at the hotel in like the hot tub and second look, like the swimsuit and
that
everything.
Was something that we definitely appreciate that we did. We got the nicest possible hotel room for that trip.
Yeah.
And it was worth
it.
Every single penny.
I'll drop the name of the hotels and stuff too, because like you don't have to get the honeymoon suite, but even if you get like a normal room there, it's just
Oh, it's
awesome.
gorgeous. And it's right on the water. There's cabanas that are on a nice balcony looking over the beach and the ocean. And
yeah,
I'd go back there in a heartbeat.
yeah, it was awesome, truly. Yeah, and then we went to the boat. Oh my God, we had the best captain, best first mate.
Yeah, so
They were
that was
awesome.
something that we got really, really lucky with. So one thing that we can always look back and say is we got lucky with the weather and we got lucky with the people.
Yeah.
Angelo was the
Yeah.
captain of the boat. I don't remember her name.
Shit, Jess?
It might have been Jess. I don't remember though.
I don't know either.
But
She
the
was
captain of the
so
catamaran, mid-50s guy who lived on Milos just 6 months, 8 months out of the year, did the catamaran tours, and then the other 4 months of the year he'd live in Athens with his family.
Which is pretty standard. I don't
And
think
then-
there's much winter life on
No,
Milos.
the island pretty much clears out in the winter. And then his first mate, whose name we think was Jess, but I don't know for certain.
I don't know either, but she's great.
She was the sweetest. She was like a 19-year-old just there for the summer and had a
She
really,
did all
really
the
good
cooking.
time. Yeah, we had a home-cooked meal straight from her, which was fantastic.
So good.
But
Like
we took this
freshest.
catamaran about an hour around the island to the north side where there's a protected nature preserve and some areas for where you can pull the boat over into
Yeah.
the side and
It's just like not
explore.
accessible by car or anything, so you
Yeah.
have to boat there, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, so dropped anchor in this big alcove, swam, took a little dinghy to some cliffs, did some cliff jumping, got some more photos and videos. Paddleboarded. I almost drowned because, when you don't swim for many years and then you're 250 pounds, your muscles don't oxygenate the way you think they would. So breathing becomes hard and sinking becomes fast.
I almost
And,
became a single lady.
Yeah, she was almost married for like 24 whole hours.
Yeah, we were married for a minute there.
But we sat in that boat for a little while there, had a really, really good lunch, which was awesome.
It was so
Home-cooked
good.
food, got to enjoy with the photographers, got to enjoy with the captain and the first mate, and it was just good people, good conversation, good humor.
And if you're gonna elope, like the main thing I can say is like the only people that are gonna be there are your vendors. So whether that be hair, makeup, photographer, videographer, we obviously didn't really have a say in our captain and whatnot because we just rented like a third party, like a company, and then they have multiple boats and you get whoever. But like, just pick good people because they're the only ones you're sharing the day with. And like, I'm just so thankful that we truly had the best people.
Yeah,
Ever.
without a damn doubt.
Like,
and then we got off the
so
boat.
fun.
Got off the boat, gave hugs, said our goodbyes, and then had a
We were
nice.
freaking exhausted.
Yeah, it was a long day.
It's a long
but like
day.
it was
Worth
like
it.
5 a.m. to 10 p.m. was basically our entire wedding day because our wedding dinner was at our hotel. We had it
Yeah,
at the
we wanted
hotel
to-
restaurant.
We knew we were going to be beat by that point,
Yeah.
knowing like our timeline. So even though there is some places on the island that we wanted to do for dinner, we did later in the week.
Yeah,
we
because
ended up
mind
just
you,
doing.
this island is very, 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 very tiny, and we drove basically a Fiat to get anywhere and everywhere around these 4 foot wide cobblestone roads. So
Yeah.
end of a long day traveling over a cliff
Yeah.
into a new restaurant wasn't really on our agenda.
but
So
Connor got the world's freshest fish.
literally watched the fishermen park the boat on the sand, run a bag up to the restaurant and chef, hand the chef the bag of fish, and then that fish
Was on
12
our
minutes
plate,
later
yeah.
was being deboned in front of me on my table,
Yeah.
ready for me to eat, and it was,
the food was so
good.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
we were
so
at
good.
like a really nice hotel, so the restaurant there was also wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
I drank Anatoly's all week.
Yep,
It was like a mango foam
puree something.
situation. I don't know.
And let me
but-
make this really clear too. We've said really nice hotel like 2 or 3 times now. We get to spend the money on a really nice fucking hotel because we didn't spend it on $80 per plate per guest.
80?
I don't know.
Babe, double it and give it to the next guy.
Because we didn't spend money on other people.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, so we were gone 10 days in full. We spent the whole time on Milos, but we did a day trip to Paros. We'll definitely like want to go back to Paros. That was a fun
Do a
island.
night-
We
do a
did
night in
like
Paros.
Yeah. But we had a blast. We had like such good food. Like truly the entire trip was just like great. Like every restaurant, every interaction, every server, every
Paros's food was better.
Paros.
Other than gyros of Milos.
Brah. Me and Connor went to this like lunch restaurant on Paros. I'm sure I could find it if I really wanted to, but we had like the freshest tomato situation.
Feta.
We got this like really good calamari that was like potentially still alive. It was so fresh.
And all of these restaurants are just right on the
That
water
like
too.
fish dip thing that they coerced us into
Yeah,
ordering was
something different.
amazing. Like we had just the best food ever. The whole trip, the food was so good. Like shout out Greece for, real nutrition and not just like giving you
Just real whole foods
some
that
chemicals.
aren't slathered in oil on top of oil on top of oil.
I like oil as much as the next guy, but this was good food. Me and Connor went back to the restaurant. We spent 3.5 hours with our photographer because we loved it so much.
Yeah, Ohamos. Well, we also have that tattooed now.
Yeah, I was just going to say. So Ohamos is a restaurant on Milos that the name of the restaurant means having fun and being crazy. So we got Ohamos tattoos when we got home, which like I just love it. But
there's a big history of Ohamos as the restaurant on Milos, and like how it started there, the farms that are there, all the food is raised there, and like what you're eating.
all the cheese is made by the
Up by
animals
goats,
on
and
the
all
property.
the animals are slaughtered on property, and like it's very
Don't say that.
very long history of Ohamos restaurant on Milos.
If you're ever there, find the chair with our names on it and our wedding date because I want to see it. But yeah, no, it was the best food. Oh, that lamb.
All of it was so good.
So good. But what else?
Nothing beats having the time and the ability to just enjoy, unplug, and explore. We went to 5 or 6 different beaches on Milos, some of which were cliffs, some of which had to be like hiked to or down like these really crickety wooden ladders.
So fun.
The whole island just offered so many different unique experiences of like how to get to the water, what type of water, the color of the water. Like here's an
those, like,
inlet with
cave
really big
situations.
waves. Yeah, here's another cove that has like receded water so you can crawl through the caves. Like everything was just so unique and so just so cool to be able to have that.
Yeah, and we weren't like looking for nightlife or anything, so we did like one night out at like some bar situations.
Yeah, and the night
but
out
we
was
were
like
probably home by
10:30 p.m.
10.
Yeah, it wasn't anything late at all. Milos by no means is a party island, so if that's what you're going to
Maybe don't.
Europe for, go somewhere else.
Yeah,
Not there.
Mykonos is probably better for that.
Ibiza.
But Ibiza is Spain.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
But yeah, so that's pretty much how we did that. We came home, waited for our photos to come back from our team, and then we sent in the mail announcements because we literally just said, fuck it. So we did parents first so that, like, God forbid a friend found out
a friend got it in the mail first and then told my parents, yeah, that'd be bad. So.
That'd be bad. So the announcements went out, parents got them, we heard back from them, we did a second wave of announcements for everyone else, and that's how we told everyone. And I wasn't really nervous. We had really good response.
No,
I feel
it
like
wasn't seamless by any means, but
all
it worked.
the responses were like, basically, yeah, this makes sense for you guys. Like nobody was expecting us to do anything
No one was
different.
horribly confused by our actions.
Yeah.
Not by any means.
That's who we are. And I can say for as much as we put out to the world of like our relationship and stuff, we're relatively private as well. And so like, I just don't even like, I can't even imagine having a big ass wedding. Like it's just so not in alignment with who we are as a couple.
It just sounds distasteful.
Yeah. So that's how we eloped.
Yeah.
Trying to think if we missed anything. The one night me and Connor went to this dinner on the water. It was so good, and we had the funnest server, and he kept they do like a complimentary shot or something, and Connor coerced him into another shot and another shot.
Yeah, so we're like, the waiter and I were like 4 or 5 shots deep together.
Yeah, to clarify, the waiter took one with every...
Oh yes, respectfully, like you have to take a shot with the guest.
Yeah, I'm like, I love this job. I would die. But he was like, okay, you're going to go to this bar. You're going to give the guy named whatever the name was this note, and he'll take care of you. We handed it to the guy at the next bar, and he starts cracking up, and we're like, we have no idea what it says. It's in Greek. Our server from the original restaurant wrote, punish them. And so we got free drinks.
shots.
But yeah, like that's a taste of like how fun and like awesome everyone was.
Yeah,
that
people
we
are
came
just
along.
a different breed out there. Kindness and enjoyment of life is much more prominent, I'd say,
Yeah.
for that side of the world.
Yeah, but on that note, so we made the joke that if me and Connor met sooner, we probably would not have vibed. Go ahead, babe, take it away.
I mean, how much sooner are we talking? Because like you started,
Okay, let's talk about-
you started bodybuilding at what age?
I started bodybuilding at 25-ish.
Okay, so before the year 25 for Summer, any year before that, Summer would have been the girl that I made fun of in college and
Yeah.
really definitely would never have fucking spoken to and just
Yeah.
pointed at and been like, look at that drunk chick, and probably said worse
I
things.
do be drunk.
Probably,
Might still be drunk.
probably would have said worse things, but
Connor was a math nerd.
I have a mechanical engineering degree for those who
He
don't know.
bodybuilded through college, which, like, mad respect. God, looking back, I wish that was, like, where I found myself. There was nobody at my school doing that. Like, truly, like, nobody gave a fuck about their health. Maybe,
And
like,
those-
some very small population of people, but,
I was
like,
gonna say, you probably weren't around them though. I
No,
feel like
but I was-
every school has a little bit of that. Because how many kids were at your school?
like
total?
8,000.
Total?
Yeah,
So your school was still 4 times as large as mine.
which is crazy.
And
So my school is small.
because I think when I graduated, there was like 26 when I graduated.
That's
That's
crazy.
total. Where
That's like my high school.
like I'm pretty sure my freshman year, our class was the biggest class at like 500.
That's crazy.
But
I'm
every
sure
every
there-
school has that pocket.
Yeah,
and like
and we-
unless you're in it, you don't know.
Yeah, for sure. We had like D3 sports, so we weren't like anything crazy by any
Oh,
means
same. We
either.
were,
but
we were D2. We were D2.
But yeah, I was sorority girl, drunk, fraternizing, shenaniganing. Is that a word?
Yeah, that is.
And yeah, I mean, like, it's funny looking back because I'm such a fucking introvert now, but I was like so social in college. And like, I mean, me and Christina at one point, my best friend, were like 14, 16, 18 nights in a row of going out. Like, you could not pay me money to go out 2 nights in a row now.
Oh, I know. Well, I don't even know what that
Me
would
and
be.
Connor will make plans or buy tickets to something at like 6 p.m. We're like,
Nah.
so we selling those or?
Yeah, we've done that a lot.
Yeah. Can't tell you how many concert tickets have.
But no,
Died.
at that point in time, so what? You would have been 20. Let's say you were 23. That makes me 22. You'd say even just like your senior year of college, my junior year of college, you were partying. You were a sorority girl. You were doing whatever the fuck. Like you were doing. Can't seem to find Molly anywhere. I don't know who that is, but
I probably did have no issue finding.
yeah, you
Molly.
probably had no problem finding her. But that aside, I at that moment in time was in my most advanced and tough year of engineering. I was my highest level math tutor. I was working at the gym 4 or 5 days a week. I had 3 jobs, bodybuilding strictly out of my college cafeteria, and then just smoking weed for enjoyment. That was my life. And anything that was not in the classroom or in the cafeteria was usually about 2 to 3 hours in the gym and then 2 to 3 hours a day playing basketball.
Yeah.
And that was the majority of my college life, which for the love of fuck, I would go back and do it 1,000 times over because
love
it
that.
was just so fucking easy and it was
Yeah.
so relaxing. Cool, I can go play basketball for 3 hours and just not think about fuck all anything. Yes, please. I want it.
Yeah. I did have a job. Like, I was a degenerate, but I did have a job, a good job. Yeah, but we just know that we were not in alignment until I
we
did
were
a
not.
180 for sure.
Would not have been compatible in those days whatsoever. But then, I mean, back to just how we became friends at all anyway, though.
Yeah.
It was a picture of you in a posing bikini at the Jay Cutler Classic holding a donut from,
Yeah.
was it Voodoo? No, it was what was it?
It's from Tom's River.
So I don't know the donut itself. But, and then my old friend from college.
Yeah.
So the only reason we
Shout out
met,
Julianne.
The reason we met was because of bodybuilding. 'Cause I
Yeah.
was like, oh, hey, I recognize your friend. I recognize that venue. I've done that show before. Sup?
Basically. And I should have said decline, but apparently I hit accept on that DM.
I mean, look, at that moment in time, that was the least weird DM you were getting.
True.
I think we should end this episode on what we used to do when we became friends.
Oh, God. I don't even know what you mean.
You
by
used
that.
to send me screenshots of the guys who would slide in your DMs with the weirdest fucking things.
You know what's crazy?
And then I would go find them on Instagram, and then I would go slide in their DMs with what they said to you instead.
True. I got more terrible, creepy men when I had like 2,000 followers than I do now. And I just think that's a testament to how well I've grown my brand of hating men.
I also think Instagram is much different now, especially at the age of 30.
Yeah. God bless America. But
We're not in those same college days anymore.
But I was going to say something on that note. Oh, yeah. Well, thank God I found the gym.
Yeah,
My
thank
ex
God.
kind of was like, you're so anxious and depressed all the time. Like, potentially moving your body would be positive. And that was maybe the only helpful, insightful, positive thing he ever did in our 4 years together.
Tell us how you really feel.
I would love to. Do you want to do an episode on it?
I don't know, do you?
No. So, yeah, I started going to the gym, lost a little bit of weight, did like a challenge with some influencers. Some people started asking me, like, are you going to compete? And I didn't know what the fuck that meant. And I was like, well, if
You're
people
never in the
think
same
I'm
boat as
doing
that.
it,
Yep.
why not do it? And then, you know, I did my first prep. Switch coaches basically like stayed in prep to do another series of shows. And that's when my ogre slid in the DMs.
I'd say too, let's make this a learning moment for people. If you're constantly searching for your person and you haven't found them yet,
Yeah.
it could be multiple different reasons, but you could think about it from this perspective as well. You might not be the person you need to be yet
Yeah.
in order to find your person.
Yeah.
Because the same way Summer just said, she changed and then went to the gym, got into bodybuilding. She changed herself, her persona, and then we met.
That's a good point.
And then similarly, it could be the case that the person you're meant to meet and be with might not have gone through that evolution for themselves yet.
Yeah. And if Connor never, I mean, if he was still playing basketball, we definitely wouldn't be together.
I was still playing basketball.
But no, yeah, we were just on two different trajectories, and it took me having a little bit of the scaries as a 24 plus year old woman and finding myself in some bad scenarios to be like, okay, I shouldn't continue on this trajectory. And I've talked about this before, but if I was still doing the things that I was doing at 24, listening to the people that are like, oh, ew, you're going to go to the gym. Ew, you're going to not eat that. Ew, you're going to bring Tupperware. Like, I would be poor, potentially not alive. Like, I wasn't like doing anything like wildly dangerous, but I was so unhealthy and I was not making good decisions as a human being. Like, to not get into like something super dark, but I was so drunk, so depressed, and like so unkept. I like got out of a moving car on a highway because I was so drunk and like so upset about something, and like that was like the biggest wake up call in the world for me because I didn't even remember it.
Yeah.
So it took some evolution, but we're here. And I don't know, like maybe 20 grand in therapy, but we made it.
Might not be 20K just yet, but somewhere in between.
It's probably pretty.
Somewhere in between 10 and 15, I'd say.
Yeah.
Going
It's
strong
a lot
on
of
that.
therapy. Yeah. So here we are.
Yeah, so here we are. Eloped, met each other at the right time, and more importantly, we met each other as the people who were meant to meet each other.
Yeah. And on that note, have continued to evolve alongside one another because we're also not the people we were when we met 6 years ago.
Not even close.
But the funny thing about all of it is that, so when Connor slid into my DMs, I was in a relationship. He was just fresh
gotten out of
like
one.
probably 3 to 5 minutes before that DM.
It was like, I think it was like a month.
I thought you were going to say 3 minutes.
No,
They agree
because
with
Joss
me.
and I broke up on on Halloween of 2018. I think I was in your DMs in like December.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it was actually Connor who I don't know how strangely we became like decently close enough friends through social media that quickly, but
You just wanted somebody to talk to who wasn't Morgan, and I was
bored.
I was bored and you were hot, and I'm like, okay, I can deal with her being a little bit of a bitch on the other end of the phone, whatever.
Okay.
She doesn't text well.
No, I don't. And so Connor was actually the one that was like, give it a shot, move to Utah, talking about like my ex and the opportunity that was in front of us. And
to give a little context on that as well, Halloween of 2018 is when I moved to Colorado.
Yeah.
Halloween of 2019 is when my ex and I broke up. So very literally a year to the day. So then November goes by.
She wasn't as cool as me.
November goes by. I'm sliding her DMs in December. And at that point in time, I'm living on my own now. My job was good. Bodybuilding was good. I had good friends in Colorado. So I was like, okay, well, yeah, I moved out here with a girlfriend. We broke up literally after a year, but my life's good now. Like, I'm having a good time. I'm exploring a new state. I have a good job, good friends around me. So when she presented that situation to me about like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to move to Utah. My relationship's not great, but this and this and this. I was like, well, this is my current experience, and who knows? You could end up in Utah. You two could make it, or if you don't, who knows? You could end up in Utah, the happiest version of yourself ever, because you never knew. Like, there was an opportunity there you never knew.
Yeah, and that's basically what happened.
100%, and then us.
Yeah, so we'll get into that another day. I feel like that's a good place to stop the epi. But
what's our next episode's topic?
I think we're going to talk about the evolution of our confidence and so forth. I talked to you about it yesterday. No. So forth. We'll talk about it offline.
Okay. I was going to say, well, if we wanted to prompt for questions.
No.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yes. All right. Well, closing it out here today. Like, subscribe, comment. We're an open book.
Yeah.
Comments are welcome. Questions are welcome. Topics of suggestion are welcome. And hopefully you guys learned something today. Maybe picked up some notes that make you want to elope yourself.
Yeah. If you have elopement questions or need somebody to be like, one like and I'll do it, hit me up.
or better yet, leave this episode knowing that maybe you aren't the person you need to be just yet, or the person you're waiting for isn't that person just yet, but it's out there. It's in due time. And just some patience and maybe a little bit of a stroke of luck.
Little stroke of luck.
Little stroke of something.
Whoa.
Oops.
Bye.
Bye.